What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Johnny G for Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. Thank you for joining me here, Two Gun Pixie, for our Midday Monologue Monday. We do this every Monday. We actually do an episode every single day of the week, sometimes more than one. But today I'm here to talk to you about HeroQuest. I've loved this game ever since the 80s when it dropped. Lost track of it for a little while, and then with the re-release, I've found my love for it once again. It can be a little tough of a game sometimes. I find some of the missions to be walkthroughs, and I have found some of them to be quite deadly. So I'm here to tell you what I have figured out. There is a chink in the dragon's plate mail scales, you could say. Yes. And I'm here to tell you about it, because I want you to have the option of winning every single time. Asterisk. What does that mean? All right. So the brass tacks on this is that what I'm going to tell you will work against the Zargon app every single time. Now, as far as a human playing Zargon sitting at the table with you, I can't guarantee that. As far as, raw, rules as written goes, he should be just as helpless as the app. But unlike the app, the human Zargon can think for themselves. So they'll probably quickly house rule something about this. But for right now, I'm going to tell you that if you have the right gear and your dice rolls don't suck, well, you'll be able to win every single battle in HeroQuest against the Zargon app. Now, again, you need the right equipment. Don't shy off on the equipment. Spend your money, get your shit upgraded as quickly as you can. Now, with that being said, I can't do anything about shitty rollers out there. If you roll low, you roll low. I'm sorry. That's the nature of gambling. This is basically exactly what this is. Outside of that, you have to remember something very important. If you're going to be winning every single fight in this game against the Zargon app, doorways and the 5-foot hallways, the 1-inch hallways of these, well, they're your best friends. So now I'm going to tell you that the first thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that your party does have the right equipment. And for that, everyone in the party that is able to use the crossbow and a diagonally attacking weapon, such as the longsword or maybe the quarterstaff. Everyone in the party should have these weapons as options. Now, the first thing you're going to do is, if it's a door, you're set if it's a door. So you're going to spend a full turn, everybody's full turn is going to be spent doing nothing but setting up around that door. If you have to, take 2 turns to do it because of placement of the party or whatever, do it. But just make sure that your tank or your main tank, whoever's dealing the most damage, is standing right in front of that door. Now, flanking on either side, you're going to want a diagonal attacker. Mm-hmm. And after that, you have one remaining of the 4 party, and that will probably be a spellcaster. So be prepared to heal. You're going to want that tank standing as long as you can. Now, like I said, if you have to wait, because maybe you got to the door mid-turn in the party, fine, whatever. Just skip whatever you have to skip until everybody is positioned around the door, just like I said. The tank in front, and he's going to have whatever his main melee weapon is, plus a crossbow. On either side of that tank, you're going to have individuals with diagonal attacking weapons. And then the caster in the back, and then start a brand new, fresh turn, and have that tank open up the door. The first enemy that you can see, that you have line of sight to, that tank's first action is going to be to fire the crossbow. After that, don't do anything. Don't do anything. Unless there's somebody right at the doorway that your diagonals can attack with, and you would have to make a melee attack, not using the crossbow on. Unless there's somebody right there in an attackable range, after that crossbow attack, pass. Just pass. Pass until you go to Zargon. Now, I want to say that if for whatever reason you think this is going to be a boss fight or a lieutenant fight, and you need to buff up, that's something else you're going to do beforehand. You're not going to want to do that in the middle of the fight usually. So now, just let Zargon go. Like I said, take that open the door, take the crossbow shot, and just stand there. You're ready. You're bolstered for what's going to come, so to speak. Now, what you've created, as they've said in the movie 300, is you've created hot gates. You've created a controlled situation where only one of your adversaries, one of the monsters, is able to come and attack the party members at a time. And as long as you keep it set like that, you are never ever going to get jumped by more than one enemy. You're going to have that set up. So after that, Zargon goes. Now it's the second round. And for the second round, your tank is going to tank. Okay? Just drop that damn crossbow. Now, whatever your sword is, axe, whatever, that is what you're going to use. Make your attack. And if anybody falls, roll movement. Well, maybe roll movement. Depends on how many opponents, how many adversaries you have to face at the hot gates. Your tank just might want to stay there. If there's more than questionable amount of any strength, have your tank stay there. Anybody on the side of the tank that can make diagonal attacks, if he did not fell the monster, if your tank did not fell the beast, or if there's another one moves up, there's someone next to him on the side, and your diagonals have a chance to make that attack. But otherwise, after that, unless there's any bolstering through magic that needs to be done, you're going to skip. If nobody else has anything to do, there's no diagonal attacks to do, there's no bolstering to do, skip the rest of the turns, let Zargon go, bring someone else to the door, and that's the pattern. I have successfully used that through the core campaign, the core quests, through Keller's Keep, and through the Prophecy of Talor, as well as the online available stories, quests that take place in between those. My party has never, ever fallen. Now, there will be a few fights, a few times that you have where you're not set up that way. Do the best you can to get them into a hot gates situation. Without giving away too much, I remember there was a stairwell. That was basically the entire encounter, was going up the stairwell to one room, to another, to another, to another. And outside the stairwell, that was it. It was just a big room. Well, we made use of columns in order to help create a little bit of a hot gate situation. If you're in the hallway, all of the hallways except two are just one square, 5 feet, 1 inch. So those are great because you can set up the same situation pretty much as you can at the doorway, which makes it very helpful at T intersections. You can set up at a T intersection pretty much the same way you can at a doorway and follow suit the same exact way. If you follow everything I'm telling you right now, and you have the right equipment, and you don't have shitty rolls, there's always a chance for that, right? Gambling, luck, probability. But otherwise, this pattern will bore you a little bit. Oh, it's slow. It's boring. It's a little tedious. It's like continuous grinding in a way. But that being said, you're pretty much going to win every single encounter. If you have any tricks, tips, techniques that you enjoy in HeroQuest, or maybe any house rules that you find interesting, put them down in the comment section. And let me and everyone else know about them. So I hope you continue enjoying HeroQuest. It's a great and growing system. I've been loving it for years, and it's still one of my #1 games. So thank you for watching this video. I'm your buddy Big John G for Two Gun Fixer presents Legendary Gaming, and I am out of here.